session would be taken by Mr. Yaovi. He's the Director for Stakeholder Engagement and Operations for ICANN for the African region. So we have him. We are always happy to have him with us. So, Mr. Yaovi, please, we are ready for you. Your fellows are listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the introduction, and also a pleasure for me to be part of this school. I'm here to share also, and also to learn from the participants. I have about 30 slides, but they are more for review after the session. I would like the session to be as more interactive as possible. And I don't know if there is a microphone in the room, because at some point I will ask input from the room. So the topic is the next round of the new generic top-level domain name. I was in a session, one of the sessions for some second, where we had the ICANN ombudsman. So I don't know if you had a session where we had information about the domain names in general. Do we have a session like this?
Yes, so we took that as part of the online courses that we did before this session, before the physical engagements.
Thank you very much. So
Okay.
this will make my session more interactive. And I would like to hear from some of the participants in the room. I'm not sure that there is someone without an email address in that room. If there is someone without an email address, I'm sure that EGIFA will have the person get an email address. So for those in the room who have email addresses, so I want to know what is the domain name, because they know what is the domain name. They know domain name. What is the domain name after the @ the symbol @? So I want to hear for 2-3 people what is the domain name in the email addresses. So if you can hear for 2-3 people the domain name in the email address. Yes, the person speaking, I cannot hear. The domain name?
Ghana.com.
Is the part after the @?
Yeah, Ghana.com.
So it's Ghana.com. So thank you. I note Ghana.com, a domain name. Thank you so much. Ghana.com. Who has something different? I'm taking notes. I take note of Ghana.com. Who has another domain name in his email address? Oh, we have all Ghana.com in our email addresses?
No, we have .gov.gh.
No, I'm talking about. So after the it is gov.gh.
No, mine is kbth.gov.gh.
Okay, I'm sorry. We just introduce ourselves,
okay,
and then we give the domain name. Sorry for that. I didn't ask for us to introduce ourselves.
Okay. I'm Sadiq.
And the domain name is, in your email address, is
kbth.gov.gh.
ABTH.
KBTH. KB.
Or if someone can type in the chat room, .gov.gh. So do we have another domain name in email address in the room someone would like to share with us?
So it's bdo.com.gh.
bdo.com.gh. .com.gh. Okay, thank you. It's another domain name. Do we have another domain name in email addresses in the room?
GHANASIG.org.
GHANASIG.org. Thank you. GHANASIG.org. Thank you. Another domain name in email address in the room?
UNED.edu.gh.
Please?
UNED.edu.gh.
I cannot hear you, please.
UENR.
Can someone help me with that domain name?
UENR.
U
E
E
N R.
N R dot
Edu. EDU.
dot
Dot
dot GH.
GH.
Thank you so much. We can take one more.
Gmail.com.
Gmail.com. Thank you very much.
There's
Okay.
another
Who
one
can
for you.
tell-
Hold on.
Oh, another one. Go ahead, please. Please, feel free.
Baobab.africa.
Please.
Baobab.africa.
Baobab.africa. Oh, I'm learning about domain names. I didn't know that we have this domain name, .africa. Thank you very much. So why don't you share again a domain name or we can move? That's fine. Okay, let's move. We have a lot. I like this session because what is the topic of the session on the agenda? It is the next round of new generic top level domain names. So you have on the slide some what we call a domain name. So that is I'm using that slide because I'm saying we have a lot of slides, but we use some of them, and you can go back and read. So what is a domain name? So on the slide here, we have seen www.ican.org. It is a domain name. So I think everyone in the room understand now what is a domain name. And as you can see on the screen, the top level domain here is .org. So the person gave Ghana.com. Which one is the top level domain name? For Ghana.com, which one is the top level domain name? Please? The person who gave me a Ghana.com as a domain name. Which one is it? Thank you, .com. The person who gave me a abtv.gov.gh. Which one is the top level domain name?
.gov.gh.
No, GH.
No,
So
but
it is
you see, in here we are not able
just
to.
the last part. Go ahead, please talk.
So
go ahead. Yeah.
yes, I know the .gh is the top domain name, but here, if you want the domain, the top level domain, they always either .gov.gh, .com.gh, or .org.gh.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
I like the interaction. That is not the top level domain name.
Yeah.
So the top level domain name is just the last label after the dot. So the top level domain name is just the last label after the dot. So if I take all the example we have from this room, we have com, which is a top level domain name. We have gh, which is a top level domain name. We have org, which is a top level domain name. There is also one from the example. Who want to tell me another top level domain name? Africa. So I want everyone to understand what is a top level domain name. So any question about top level domain name, when we talk about top level domain name, so the top level domain name is the last part, the last label. Is that clear? Any question? You can ask any question. Is there a question in the room? Or we can move?
Let's move for now.
Thank you so much. So because the topic, once we understand that, okay, we'll understand why we are talking about the next round of top level domain name. So, okay, do you know, how can we know that we have a top level domain name? This is easy because if you go to our ICANN website, there is a list. There is a list where we can see all the domain names in the list. But we can also type. I'm typing a URL in the chat room, and then you can use that to check if it is something in the top level domain name. So I can repeat for you: whois.iana.org. Whois.iana.org. Can you see people who are connected? Can you see what I just put in the chat room? Can someone see what I just posted in the chat room? maybe in the room you are not connected to the chat, but I just want someone to confirm if you have seen what I have posted in the chat room.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
can. Yes.
Marco, thank you. Thank you. So my point is that I'm giving this example to tell you that when you tap this address, you have a page. And then when you tap like you have a page and a window where you can check. So when we have .ds, for example, and we tap ds, the system will tell us if ds is a. So let me do that. Let me do that from my end, and then I'll share with you. I want to do that from my end, and then you'll see. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we
I
can.
don't know. Okay, thank you so much. So this is what the address I gave you to type. I type the address ways.ayana.org, and then it brings me to this place. So if you watch, if I type GH, for example, just GH, the system will tell me this top-level domain name, when this top-level name was created, etc. So I click on Submit for GH. When I click on Submit, if you can read, I don't know if the screen is too far from you, you'll see domain GH, and then you will see the contact. We have an admin contact, and then you have all the information about the admin contact, network computer system, and then the email, because this information are information ICANN needs to be sure that if there is some question or interaction needed with about the .gs, like if you want to ask some information, we can use the administrative contact. And also we used to have also a technical contact, and then you see all this. And if you go completely to the end, so it was created in 1995. So .gh was created in 1995, and everyone know Prof. Nico. So since 1995, so he helped the community to have this .gh. So that is what we call a top-level domain. And then you see change. So sometimes there are information that can be changed, and then like the contact, and you see. So the last three lines are important. Let me tap like com for you in this. I hope you are following me. I'm tapping com now, and then I'm click on check. So if you can read, the domain is com. Which organization is managing com? If you can see that on the screen, you can read and just tell me which organization. Someone just take the microphone and tell me which organization is managing.com. Someone in the room to tell me? Any volunteer to tell me?
VeriSign Global
VeriSign
Registry Services.
Thank you so much. VeriSign is the organization managing.com. So we are moving. We are moving, and you see that you understand the whole topic we want to cover now. So let me check. Someone talk about Africa as a top-level domain name. So I want to check also for Africa. So I click on Submit. So the domain here is Africa. So what is the organization managing.africa?
So ZA Central Registry.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to type another example. BJ. I want to type BJ, and I click on Submit. BJ. So for BJ, you see that we have the domain BJ. It is in French. If you can just read the last part for me on an organization. Which organization is in charge of .bj? The last part on the line.
Yes, so ASEP Benin.
Thank you so much, ASEP Benin. I think everyone is following.
Yes, we are.
But you can see in the case of ASEP Benin, we have administrative contact, which is different from the technical contact. The administrative contact is different from the technical contact. But our first contact generally is the administrative contact. But sometimes you have a situation where you have a different administrative contact, and this administrative contact for some reason can decide to have another person as a technical or another entity as a technical contact. So and you see at the end that the change happening in 2023, and .bj was created in 1996. Who can remember the date when we had .gh? What is the year? The year for .gh? We just saw that here for .gh. .gh was created when? Who want to say that? If you are not sleeping. So .gh was created in
1995.
Thank you so much. 1995. Thank you so much. So that is what I want everyone to know. And again, the role of ICANN. So ICANN is the organization delegating the management of top-level domain name. So we don't have an unlimited number of top-level domain names. So we'll see the number now. So we cannot have like a new top-level domain name tomorrow. We cannot have that. Like if I want to have like Yaobi or Kwame as a top-level domain, I can have that tomorrow. I want to repeat. So we have top-level domain names. We have seen a lot of top-level domain names. And then I'm saying that we cannot have a top-level domain name every day. We don't have the process in place yet. So if I want to have like a .Kwame, Kwame as a top-level domain name, I cannot have that. ICANN is the only one organization giving that possibility for people to have the top-level domain name. So we are not having top-level domain name created every day. This is not happening every day. But if we take the second level, someone gave me the example of Ghana.com. If I want to have Kumasi.com, I can go to the people managing the .com and then ask them to give me Kumasi.com. So if the policy allow them to give Kumasi.com, I can get that today. If I take the top level domain name .gh, we have gov.dh. So under gov.dh, I can have another third level under .gov.dh. So I just need to go to the organization managing gov.dh. Which organization is in charge of doing registration under gov.dh in Ghana? Which entity is in charge of doing registration under gov.dh in Ghana? Someone knows this organization?
Yes.
Entity? Exactly. So share with me, please.
Okay.
Nita.
Please?
Nita.
Thank you so much. So you see that, okay, if we go to NITA tomorrow, we want something under gov.gh, they will be in position to do that. I don't know who is managing com.gh. So if you want something under com.gh, I go to the entity. So we are coming back to the second level, but ICANN role is limited to the top level domain. So this is ICANN role. So we are very clear on that. I think everyone understands that. So the difference also between the top level domain name, you have two categories. You have some of them, they have only two letters. You have some of them, they have only two letters, like GH for Ghana, BJ for Benin, SN for Senegal, FR for France. So these two letters, they are ISO code. So ICANN is not in charge of, let's say, assigning ISO code. No, ISO code are there by another entity, but ICANN is just using the ISO code. So when we have if you still have the screen, if I tap the code for South Sudan, so when we had a new country, which was South Sudan some years ago, we had SS by ISO as a country code. So then at some point, ICANN was able to delegate the SS to an entity. So if I click on .ss, I click submit now, you see that you have National Communication Authority, NCA. It's not NCA of Ghana, and the country is South Sudan. And the admin and the technical, they are playing both admin and technical role. So again, that is a lot of information I want us to keep when we talk about top level domain name. When we talk about top level domain name, so let's move to the rest of the presentation. When I come here now, you see I was talking about top level domain name. A domain name. We talk about top level domain name. We say that we have also two categories of top level domain name. One category is those linked to countries. So we call it country code top-level domain names. So ICANN can only have a new country top-level domain name when you have a new country. So, but for the generic top-level domain name, we have more than 1,200. We'll see that on the next slide. So again, let's move to the presentation. Okay, so you see a lot of example in top-level domain names. So we have also some top-level domain name in other scripts. So you see the first category, we have them in Latin script, A to Z, or ORG, COM, NET. But we have also other top-level domain names today in other scripts. We call them internationalized domain names. So at the top today, we have a top-level domain name linked to countries, and then we have some which are not necessarily linked to country. This is the second category. We call them generic top-level domain names. So if you see in the presentation, new GTLD, anytime you see GTLD is generic top-level domain name, generic. So we are not talking about the country top-level domain name in this program. So this program of next round is not about the country top-level domain name, but it's about the generic top-level domain name. So the generic top-level domain names, they are not linked to countries. They are not linked to countries. But a note, today you have some countries, they have the top-level domain name in ASCII character, but they have also a top-level domain name in their own script. If I take Morocco, for example, MA is a country code for Morocco. If you see .ma at the end, you see that is from a top-level domain from Morocco. But you have also a top-level domain name in Arabic. So this name was proposed by the country. We have some cases also in other countries like Egypt, Mauritania. We have other countries where you have top-level domain name in other so now, the domain name system, I think what we have to keep in mind, and then if you already know that, the domain name system is what is helping us. Instead of keeping us numbers, we can use the domain name to reach contents on server, or to reach, sometimes we can use the domain name. So let's just keep it like this. The domain name system is the system which is helping us to use domain names instead of using numbers we call IP addresses. So on the internet, we use domain names, we use IP addresses, but IP addresses, we don't have to bother about that because technical people, when they configure machines, equipment, cameras, any connected equipment today to the internet, this equipment or device has what we call an IP address. So IP address is another topic, but it's something we need to know that on the internet today, once you are connected to the internet, you have an IP address. So the domain name system is the system which is allowing us to go to a content or to reach an equipment without using the IP address, but using a name. So today we have more than 1,200 generic top-level domain names. We have more than 1,200. Because today, some developers, even software developers, sometimes they think that we have maybe a few. They are used to COM, org, GH, but we have a lot. So if you are doing photography, you are a photographer, you have a shop or something or an office. If you have .com, yaoviphoto.gh, it's like my email address or my website. So I can also have yaoviphoto.photography. So I can have older top-level domain names in my domain name. So it's not just one. We are not limited to one. So because of what you are doing or the interest or your profession, you can decide to have another generic top-level domain name. So it's important for us today to know that we have 1,200. Why do we have 1,200? Because at some point, we are in the school of internet governance. So ICANN is playing a technical role. There are a lot of laws, a lot of policies. But you are part of this community working on this policy, this law. So the community at some point asks ICANN, we want to have more new top-level domain names. And then this requires many months, many years of pre-work before 2012. So the last round of new generic top-level domain name was 2012. So now we are going to have a new round because we want to have more inclusivity because some people are interested to have new top-level domain name. I'm saying that we cannot have it every day. So when people are expressing the need to have new domain name, this is why we are having a next round. That is the topic. So the program of the new generic top-level domain name is going to bring new names, new domain names. So it will serve diverse cultural, geographic, language, and professional communities. So different communities can decide that they are interested in new names. This will provide communities and organizations opportunity to create their own space online because someone can say, okay, we have more than 1,200 today, but me, I want a new top-level domain for what I'm doing. On this slide, you can see we have .photography. As I gave in my example, if I'm a photographer, I'm working in Ghana, I have yahwehphoto.com.gh. I can also see, okay, I can have another extension for my corporation or top-level domain name. So this is why ICANN is working with the community to have the implementation of what we call the next round of new generic top-level domain names. And you can see that some of the top-level domain names are location-based. Durban. So in 2012, we had Durban, we have Johannesburg, we have 3 from South Africa. But from the other cities, we don't have top-level domain name from the other cities. So this is why we are in the school, but it's important for us. We can go from this school and tell people, oh, do you know that in 2026, we can have something new as a top-level domain name? So it is important. So maybe someone in Kumasi can say, okay, we want to have .Kumasi. So if you want to have .Kumasi, for example, so it will be part of the next round, which is coming in 2026. But if you want to have kumasi.gh today, it's not for ICANN because another person is managing the .gh. It is to the organization managing the .gh to give kumasi.gh. But if you want to have .kumasi, .accra, etc., we should be interested in the next round. So there are a lot of opportunities in that next round of new generic top-level domain names. So businesses and brands. So if you have a brand, it is maybe the time to say, okay, I will have a top-level domain name, which is maybe showcase my brand. We are a community, but a special name of this community. Or on the internet, we want this community to be on the internet. So maybe we are interested in a top-level domain name, and then we take a name for this community, and then we ask ICANN, we want to have this name as a top-level domain name. So I already mentioned geography, like a cities. So if Kumasi said that, okay, we have .Cape Town, .Durban, let's think about .Kumasi. So it is the opportunity, or Accra, .Accra. So it is the next time. So we have this diverse opportunity when we talk about the next round, but there are a lot of benefits when we talk about the new GTLJ: visibility, brand management, flexibility, localization, and many impacts on what we are doing. So these are the benefits if someone or an entity is interested in having a new generic top-level domain name in 2026. So I want to stop there for a few questions. If I'm correct, I think we still have 30 minutes. Can you confirm that we still have 30 minutes?
Yes, correct.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So any question before I move to the second part? Because what I try to cover is a top-level domain name. What is a top-level domain name? What do we bother about top-level domain name? When can we have a top-level domain name? So any question before I move?
Okay. Yes. Please go ahead. Yes, there are a few questions for you.
Okay.
Oh, okay, please. You can manage for me. I'll take notes.
Okay.
All right.
So please, this Sadiq again. The issue I mentioned earlier about the top-level domain name.
Excuse me, can you talk a bit loudly?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, please. Thank you.
So I was talking about the issue of the top level domain name that I mentioned about the .gh having .gov.gh and other things. So this discussion came up before. I think that was at Kofi Annan, but the team that is managing the .gov.gh were arguing that those are the top level domain names, and even if you go to their website, that's how they listed them. They listed that available CCTLDs. Then they mentioned .gov.gh, .edu.gh, .net.gh. So is it that this is misinforming us, or actually they are doing the right thing?
Oh, it's a good question. It's a good question. Oh, in fact, so any entity managing a top-level domain name, any entity can have its own policy. This policy allow to see to make categories. So it is something happening under many top-level domain names. So it's a way of maybe having categories. So like if we say edu.gh, instead of having .gh directly, the advantage, or maybe one reason, can be that anytime you see edu.gh, you know that it is linked to education. When you see com.gh, so it is linked to another category. So this entity managing the top level domain, okay, has this privilege to decide that, okay, you can only register at the third level. So these entities, they have the full right to decide that you cannot register directly under the CCTLD. It's a policy set by the entity managing the TLD. But in general, when we talk about top-level domain name, you just consider the last part. But the point is that the entity managing like a country code top-level domain name can decide with the charter that, okay, the way people can register in the country, people cannot register directly under the top-level domain name, but they have to be under a category. You have some cases also, they can allow to register under the top-level domain name, but you can see the pricing may be different. So all these are part of the policy developed by the entity managing the CCTLD. I hope that answers your question. Another question?
Yes,
please,
another
sir.
question. Thank you.
Sir, please, you made mention of the fact that in 2026, there is going to be an opportunity for people to have GTLDs. My question is that, what will ICANN do if a community chosen GTLD conflict with a business or a brand chosen GTLD?
Oh, that is also a good general question. You see, when you come to ICANN meetings, we have technical people, you have a lot of lawyers coming to ICANN meeting because what you mentioned is happening. Again, even before 2026, today, when you have like a company or a brand like in Ghana today, for example, I don't know the policy for registration. If I know that your business is a very good business, and then I can go and take the name of your business and register yourbusiness.com.gh. If the policy, I'm saying if the policy allow me, because you can have a situation where for registration, they don't require that people present some like registration document. It may happen. So if we have a CCTLD not maybe requiring this, I can come and then see a favorite name and register that one. Now, if in 2026, it happened that two entities select the same name, so at the end, they will go through a process. Let's say if the name belongs to one of the entity, so this entity will prove by document that, okay, this name is linked to that entity. And let me give you clearly the case of community, a city. So no one can go and take a name of the city saying that, okay, I want to register the name of the city as a CLD without document of support or approval for that municipality. That is clear. So I'll be talking about the applicant guidebook later. So we have all this role. But to answer shortly your question is that at some point it can be a legal process, and at some point it can be an auction to see who will get the CCTLD. This is the short I want to give you on that. Thank you. Another question?
A question.
Thank you very much. My name is Ezra. My question is, how can Ghana's government help local businesses and organizations to get their own new GTLDs, given challenges such as the high cost involved in acquiring them and then the lack of awareness, especially in Ghana here? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You are asking how the government can help people. So I'm not the government, but the government will ask the person, okay, what is the reason for you to if you want to get this new name? Maybe the government can ask this company. And this company has to demonstrate to the government, okay, government, you see, this name is quite important to take for business. But the government will tell this company, you see, you are making profit. You as a company, you are making profit. So the government will have a lot of argument for this company because government is part of entities. We have the governmental advisory committees. If you go to the ICANN ecosystem, it is a committee where we have government representative in this committee. So the government is also supporting these topics to be shared by as many times as possible. So I think the government is favoring on that, but the government can say the government may not in position to fully support because we'll see some responsibility. Okay, let me cover 1-2 slides and then we come back to your question. Because once you decide to have a top-level domain name, you become what we call a registry operator. So when you apply for a generator domain, you are applying to operate a piece of the internet. You see, you are operating a piece of the internet. So government will not want someone who is not care about that. It is a lot of responsibility. So that registry, you will be supporting all the domain registrar under this GTLD, the generator top level domain you will be getting. So you will have this responsibility. So you now, as a registry operator, you will set the requirement for the generic top-level domain. In this top-level domain, you will set the requirement, and you will determine which second-level domain name can be registered and by whom. This is like what we said before. So if you are the registry operator, you have a lot of responsibility. Now, linked to your question, you are aware about the amount, which is US dollar 227,000 US dollar. So that is the fee for evaluation, and then there were a lot of factors into consideration for evaluation, and this is why ICANN came to this number. But we agree that for this this amount, it can be significant for many entities and some businesses. This is why we are asking this question: how government can support. And then, if you want to go to this business or you want to be a registry operator or you want a new top-level domain names, so it's a question of responsibility. So again, we have this amount which is 227,000. But let me tell you that if you want to do business with the domain name, you have to think about how you market this domain name. Because if you take Africa today, for example, if you go to South Africa, we have more than 1 million of domain names, more than 1 million. If you take some African countries, you have some more than 200,000. You have some countries a bit more than 100,000. You have some countries less than 50,000 non-registered. So imagine you have a plan, a business plan. You want to do a business with the new generic top-level domain names. What is the population of Ghana? 20 million or more than that? The population of Ghana. Can someone tell me?
More than 30
roughly?
million.
One?
Yes, approximately 32 or 33 million.
Oh, 32 million
33.
approximately.
Yes.
So
Thereabout.
imagine that you are thinking about doing a business. You are thinking about doing a business in the new GTLD, and you are thinking that the name you'll take will attract people, not only in Ghana, because if you decide to go to a new GTLD, you have two reasons. You have money, and you don't care about getting this money back. You don't care about that because you may have money. Because we have people in our countries, in Ghana also, this money maybe is not a lot for them. They might be just interested in having that top level domain name on the internet available. So they may not think about, okay, how to get money back from it. But if you said you think that the new top level domain name you are going to take, you think that per year you can have 1 million. You can have 1 million of registration. If you think that can generate 1 million, because this is what I'm asking. Maybe you are thinking that maybe a million you can have 1 million of registration. So if you think that on every registration per year, you will have like $1. On every registration a year, you think that you get like $1 benefit as a benefit. So the whole year you have how much the whole year? I'm saying 1 million name, and then you think that you can have you can have a benefit of $1. So what will be your total benefit per year? Who can tell me? So I'm saying $1, but 1 million of registration. Who can tell me the total of benefit?
It's about $800,000. Yeah, if you subtract
No,
the 227.
maybe you didn't get me. I'm saying you have 1 million registration, and the benefit you are making on one registration is $1. So per year you make how many? It will be 1 million.
Yes, $1 million.
If I'm correct. Exactly. If I'm correct. $1 million. But we have to be serious because I'm not sure that the first year you can have 1 million of names. I don't know how strong you are in business. So let's just say the half. Let's say the 500,000 is a half of 1 million. If you have 500,000 names, so the benefit per year will be $500,000. Am I correct? Am I correct? I'm saying the benefit on one registration is $1, and you are able to register 500,000 names. So am I correct to say that you get as a benefit $500,000?
Yes.
Thank you. But I think it's still hard to have 500,000. It may still be hard. So let's take the half. So imagine you are able to get 250,000 names. You are able to get 250,000 names. So you'll get like benefit to $250,000.
Yes.
So the 220,000 you have paid for application, you'll have at least around $20,000. I think it's a lot of money, $20,000. So I'm just throwing these numbers, but when I'm saying that it is a dollar per benefit, it will be maybe 4 times $1 or 5 times $1. So definitely, if we have an entity interested in the domain name business, this entity can really find a way and then make profit. Again, you see registries or registrar are the entities. Registrars are the entity doing the registration. So the registrars sometimes, they are not charging the same amount for like end users and for brands. So if you are maybe doing registration for a domain name at, let's say, $2, maybe for a big brand, you are not going to take $2 per year for this brand to register the domain name. So it will be a lot of money. So what I want to say that when you think that you can operate a top level domain names, you have a lot of preparation you can do. And this is why we are talking about this topic in the school. So if you're in the business area, you have to think about it, and then probably you should be in position to cover your charges, because in addition to the 227,000, there are some annual fees also ICANN is charging to each registry operator. So you pay the 227,000 one time, and then every year you have some amount to pay. But I'm sure that with a good plan, you should be in position. So the registry operator, there are a lot of responsibilities again, as I'm saying. So you have to be sure that you have adequate equipment or registry operator, because we have a case where if you are not operate yourself, you don't have the technical capability. There is also a program I'll talk about, which is the Registry Service Provider Evaluation Program. So you don't need to be a technical entity. You don't need to have technical capability. But if you just have the idea to have a new generator top level, you can move. You can move to do that. So we have a program we call the Applicant Support Program. So it is a response also to some concern from people, entities saying that this amount is very high. 227,000 is very high. So this is why ICANN has developed this program called the Applicant Support Program, ASP, for the next round. So this is a program to support people who want to apply. But you don't have to wait 2026. If you have in mind to apply, you can apply now to benefit for the support program. So the criteria, there are a lot of criteria when you apply. The ICANN will be checking many things. And then to be eligible, you have to be part of one of the four groups. You have four groups, four categories. You have four categories who can apply for this support. So the applicant support program is for four categories or four type of entities. First, non-profit, non-governmental, and charitable organizations. So they can apply for the support. Intergovernmental organizations, they can apply for support. We have indigenous, tribal peoples organization. This kind of organization, they can apply for support. We have micro and small business that are social enterprise or that operate in the less developed economy. I forgot the amount to qualify this micro small business, but this is something I can share with the organizers, and they can let you know. So if you are part of, you can put yourself within these four categories, so you don't have to worry about the 227,000, because when you are selected for this support, you can have a reduction between 75 and 85% of reduction. So if you have between this 75 and 85% of reduction on the 227, I don't have a calculator here, you maybe be around the 30,000 US dollars, something like that. So maybe this one also can be managed for some entities. And the support can also be non-financial, like training material, capacity development, counsel, and also other support. Any other support can be available. So we have two types. It can be financial and non-financial. Now, before we move to the next slot of question and go to the end, I want to share with you the key date. I just talked about the applicant support program. It started 19th of November. I'm glad that the organizers of this event, they put this topic, because it started a long time ago. Even some people are already aware, but if you are not aware, the last date for submission is to 19th of November this year. So we are already in July. So if you or entity is interested to apply for a support, maybe if you are from a municipality of one of the four groups and you go back, you talk to people, you have to go back to the next round website, and then there are some information to put there. And I really ask you to share the information with people who can be interested. We have a document, complete document, we call it applicant guidebook. And then if you are part of the ICANN community you follow, even this guidebook, I can ask the community to make input, comment to this document. So it's a document that will be available in December, and you have a lot of information in that document. In April 2026, this is the date where if you want a new top-level domain name, you apply for this new top-level domain. So I have more slides, and I didn't go through all the slides, and I want to also use the rest of the time when I finish talking about the Registered Service Provider RSP program, evaluation program. ICANN will be publishing name of entities, companies who have the capability, technical capability to support someone, who entities who are interested by the generic top-level domain name, but they don't care about running equipment or service system, so you don't need to run all this. So we have service providers for the registry. You are the registry, but we have service provider for them. So we had a program, and then ICANN was able to select, and ICANN will communicate these companies when the application round will open. So I want to stop there, because here we will still have again the implementation timeline, and you can see that in 19th November, the application support program ASP will end, and then we'll start on 2026. So the slide will be available, but if you go to the link in this presentation, newgtlprogram.icann.org, you'll see even the presentation I used today is there. If you are interested to do a presentation in your community, you can also take resources from there. You just go to resources, and then you see that you can download this presentation from there. And then if needed, you need additional staff to help you to do the presentation, we have a team available. So I want to stop there, and then we can use the 8 minutes remaining for more questions. Thank you so much. So over to you.
Thank you, LV, for your presentation. We have some few questions to ask you.
Thank you. I'll take the questions.
Thank you very much for your presentation. My name is Jonas. So my question is, if someone is interested in becoming a registrar, looking at the new generic top-level domain names, is it possible for that person to apply to be within their host country, or they can also reach out to other countries? So say I want to not just serve Ghana, I want to be able to serve people in Nigeria. Is that possible, and how do you do that?
Okay, thank you. Definitely, this is an important question. So this person, if you are interested in new generic top-level domain name, you are a registry. So registrar are companies who work for registry. You are a registry. So if you are a registry, you are serving not your country, you are serving the world, the whole world, not Ghana. You are serving the whole world, all the continent. So if you are interested in running a new top-level domain name, try to choose a name. You can choose a name which can attract anyone from everywhere. So you will be a registry. So again, that's the difference between the registry and registrar. The registry is the one managing the generic top-level domain name. The registry is the one getting the agreement from ICANN. And the registrar, those going to registrar at the second level, because you may not have time to do that as a registry. So you can also, from your end, give permission to other entities. So to answer your question, it is not for your country, but for all the regions to benefit from your top-level domain. I think it's a choice. But if you think that you don't want maybe to really make money from it, you want to use it for your community, okay, you can be limited, but it is really open. You can decide to serve everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So we'll take another question.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Elvi. My name is Jeffrey, and I have a question. I think my brother made mention of NATA managing.gov.gh. And I'm a bit puzzled because I think some time ago, I saw somewhere that the Ghana Network Information Center, which is the GHANASIG, is responsible for managing and technical registration of all .gh DNS records. And for educational organizations like KUST, Legon, I know they are accredited by Ghana Educational Service. So if they want to register their domain, or they will get accredited by GES, and then through them, they will make their request to the Ghana Network Information Center. And the Ghana Network Information Center is the actual place that the management and the technical registration occurs. I don't know if you can go over that point for me.
I think there are people in the room in best position to give answer to that. They understand better the national ecosystem than myself. So I can just know that the GH is managed by what I show you on the screen, but what is under the GH, I think you have people in the room who knows better than me on how it is managed, because the entity who manages the .ds is for this entity to share the policy for order registration. So this is what I can say for now, and I'm sure that maybe during break you or the next discussion you have more information on that in the room. I'm so sorry that, because I want us to use also the rest of the time to answer more general questions. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. So we'll take the last question.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Yaovi. So I'm aware and I have a question. I want to know, are there generic top-level domains dedicated to education or African youth? If not, how can we get involved in creating one?
Okay, so if you have one in mind, I cannot tell you really, because we have like more than 1,200. Even there are some I cannot have in my mind. So, but if you think that there is a good name that can be good for the education or what you said, now you can check if there is an entity which is like not for profit, for example, an entity interested in that top level domain name, and that entity, if that entity doesn't have enough fund, the 227,000, that entity can apply for a support, and then also meaning that entity will be paying like 30 something, around 30,000, and that entity now has to find a way to manage so that at the end it has a lot of registration at a very, very low cost, which can help this entity to maybe cover the cost, because if this entity is not playing the technical role self or using a registered service operator, this entity has to pay something to that operator also. So I think that is the way. You just go to who's.iana.org, or if you have a name in mind, I think it's a good question, a good reflection. Maybe just share the information about entities you think might be interested, and definitely you'll find a way to handle this. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. We are much grateful. Maybe if you can give your final remarks as well, that would be great.
Thank you so much. My final remark, I'm very, 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 very glad that we have this interaction, and I will really ask you to go back to the slide, because when you have the slide, and please, if there are some questions, feel free to send me any question later. We are here to talk about everything related to this program. And then the most important is to see more people applying for this support. This is why we are doing that. So I like the questions, and then I hope that we will continue interacting, and then I hope to see from Ghana many people maybe willing to have a new generic top-level domain name. I want to thank again the organizers for having us on this event. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ovi, for that insight. Please let's give a hand of applause. Thank you so much. We are most grateful, and we thank you so much for always responding to our call and sharing your insight with us as always. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so I think I will move to our next section. And we have our own brother and senior, Stephen Dache, who would take us through some ICANN wiki and how to exploit some Wikipedia stuffs. So please, let's welcome Stephen Dache.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Please, can you the slides? Yeah.
I think we can start whilst we work on the presentation for you.
Okay, so I want to find out how many people were able to create the, how do you call it, the wiki account. You know, we're having problem with the ICANN wiki. So with that, we will, but I want to find out those who were able to create a Wikipedia account. Okay, so okay. And I will be able to also join the dashboard. Because I shared a dashboard. There was a link to the dashboard. What? The GHANASIG one, yeah. So Derek, kindly you can help those who, yeah. Oh, they will move for here. Okay, so hello. We will be having a practical session, so let's go through the slides. When we are done, I think I'll come around. We have some experienced editors here, so we'll come around and assist with it. So basically, today we are going to look at what is the open movement. We are going to talk about the open movement, open project. We are going to look at some of those projects, being Wikipedia and ICANN Wiki. But the question is, what is Wikipedia or open movement got to do with IG? I don't know, when you went through the schedule, you saw introduction to Wikipedia and ICANN Wiki. And you may wonder that what had Wikipedia, what's the connection between Wikipedia and what's the connection between the open movement and IG? Or didn't you ask yourself that Wikipedia and IG there? Okay. Okay. So we are going to look at introduction to the open movement. We'll be editing Wikipedia and ICANN Wiki. And I'm Stephen Dache. I was here on the first day. I did introduce myself. So I'm a fellow, a proud one of GHANASIG, also a fellow of Indian SIG. Then I'm a two-time ICANN fellow. I'm into SDG and youth advocacy. I have an organization, Debbie Foundation. And currently, the organization that we are working on, Wiki Green Initiatives. So what we SIG doing is we want to see how best we can use open projects to help solve climate issues. Right, so that's the organization, Wiki Green Initiative, and I'm a co-founder of it, and a Wikipedian. Yeah. So what will be our objectives? At the end of the day, what will be the takeaway? What are we sending home? So we'll be looking at what is the open movement. What is the open movement? We'll be looking at internet, humanity's largest open project. And then we'll talk about the Wikimedia ecosystem and Wikipedia basics. Then there'll be a live demo we are going to edit. All of you are going to have your first, we are going to edit. And then we look at ICANN Wiki, why it matters, and how to contribute. By looking at our time, we will be, after Wikipedia, we'll just go to ICANN Wiki, because I realized I sent a message to the administrator to kind of allow your registration, but it seems most of you weren't able to register. So we'll concentrate on Wikipedia, and it's the same thing. It's the same interface. So if you are okay with Wikipedia, you can easily edit on ICANN Wiki. Then we have our exercise, and if there's any question, we follow. So the first of all, when we say open, what comes in mind? Open. Free. Please, what's the name? Prophet, can you help me with that?
Made public.
What?
Made public.
Make public, okay.
Oh, no padlocks.
No padlock.
Yeah, open, free, public, and everybody can contribute.
Okay. So it seems Igma wants, there's some stuffs here that once we go on, we will be sharing them. So I think you'll be helping me, right? Okay. So you have to give it to him for that. So what is the open movement? Hello? So the swags are here. Once we talk, we will be... Yeah, so please, let's... So we said, simply, what open message to do is to remove all the technical and social barriers. So anyone, anywhere can freely access, reuse, and improve knowledge and technology. So with this, the most important thing or most important words we should take note of is freely accessible. We are looking at reuse, and we are looking at improve. And what are we reusing? What are we improving? We are improving knowledge and technology. So just as you said, if it is not locked and it is open, just like a door can be open. But in this instance, we are not talking about doors that are open. We are talking about technology. They get it? So we are talking about technology and also talking about knowledge, right? So that knowledge can be made freely accessible. Knowledge can be reused, and we can also improve on knowledge. Okay, so it's a movement, right? And the movement, there are certain projects that the movement partakes. So for us to say a project is an open project, there are certain features or attributes that project needs to have. So these are the 5 main attributes or tenets that an open project should have. First, it should be freely accessible. Accessing that project, it should be free. You should be able to access that project. Secondly, there should be transparency. If it's a software, the barcode or the source code should be made available. Everyone should be able to contribute to it. Then it should also encourage collaboration. For us to say the project is open, the project should encourage collaboration. Then the project should be reused. That project shouldn't be a one-off project. It shouldn't be a one-off project. Then The last one, governance. When governance of the project should involve everyone. So when it comes to governing a project, it shouldn't be just one person taking or making a decision. So that's where you come in there. Do you get it? So we all collaborate to govern it, right? Or we can reuse it. So after using, I can also use the product. You can improve upon it. Then we can do that when we collaborate. So collaboration is key here. Then there should be transparency, and it should be freely accessible. So looking at these 5 points, which project, do you have any project that comes in mind? Do you have any projects that comes in mind? Yeah. Okay.
GitHub.
GitHub, okay. So this.
The internet itself.
The internet itself.
Yeah.
Tell us more. We want to hear more.
No, it's not, but it's accessible to everyone. Second one, their governance. AI. Yeah, we do.
Okay. So just like he said, the internet, GitHub, and there are a whole lot. So open resources. Karen, we are using another word. We started with open movement, right? Then we said open project. Now we said open resources. So we realize that the movement is the project, then the people behind the project to see that the project moves, right? Then the resources are the outcome, what we get from those projects. So those resources can be classified. We have categories that we place open resources. So the first one is open data. So there's a concept where data should be made freely available to everyone to reuse and republish as they wish. So maybe Ghana Statistical Service do a survey and the results comes out. That result should be made available, freely available, right? So that you can also reuse it. So it means you don't have to go back to Northern Ghana to go and organize the same survey for your research. But the data is freely available. Do you get it? Then the second one is open governance. Open governance. So open governance is the governance doctrine which would that citizens have the right to access information. And currently, Ghana here, there's a project that seeks to emulate the open governance, which is the freedom to information. Right to information. Yeah, so it is open. What do you mean? That certain information, you can access them. Even though you have to, I heard you have to do a little something. Yeah. But so that's a concept, and that is all we seek to push or promote. Where information, since our leaders are leading us, we can easily access information from them. Any information that we need, we can access from them. Okay, so we also have open source model. Do you have some tech guys here? Okay. Coder. Okay, so we have open resource. So it is a model that decentralized software development model that encourages open collaboration and documentation. Open collaboration and documentation. So you realize that when those softwares are being built, it is not proprietary. It's not just one person or a few people who create the software and owns it. But it is the creation of the software is made open, and everyone collaborates to the creation of the software. And also, when it comes to documentation, because in software development, documentation is very key. So the documentation is also made public for people to look at it and also build upon. Right. So when you look at the picture here, These are examples of some open source softwares. And which of them are you familiar with? WordPress, okay. Okay. So the last one is open science. Open science. So there's a movement to make scientific research, so including publications and all those stuffs, to make it freely accessible to everyone. And it's very important. Looking at, I've been doing this training for some years now, but when it gets to open science, we're not really seeing the impact of open science till COVID. So you realize that COVID was a novel, like it was a new virus that, but within the shortest possible time, they were able to get a vaccine for it. Have you thought about it? How were they able to get a vaccine within that short period? Okay. Okay. So the information was there which was open. Information was there which was open. So because the information was open, because the information was open, they could easily build upon what they already know, right? So those are the various categories of open resources. And I will look at some examples of open projects. So these are some examples of open project or open movement. So we have Wikipedia, we have Android, we have Flick, Linux, MediaWiki, Creative Commons, Unsplash. Please, which one of these projects have you used? Unsplash. Okay, please, the microphone. Can you tell us about it?
On Splash, I use it for accessing pictures, which I hear I don't need to give any attribution to use.
Okay, so such pictures are CCO, or most of them are in the public domain, so you don't need any attribution. Meaning, from hence, if you are working on a document and you need free pictures, you can easily use Unsplash. Please, we have more here. Which other projects have you used that you would like to share with us? I'm using, my phone is TCL, so I use Android. I have not been able to buy iPhone. So as you say Android, that's an operation system. Android operation system is an open project. Android is an open project. Yeah, you use Linux. Can you tell us about Linux?
Oh, I've just used some products of Linux to learn some little bit of security, especially Kali Linux and Ubuntu. That one helps you like get familiar with the Linux environment before you use the if you want to go further use it. So there's this is it Waza. So Waza is one. Yeah. So you guys okay?
Yeah. So you get it. Yeah. You get it. So Linux is an operation system, right? Linux is an operation system. So what's the nearest competitor to Linux? Mac. A lot of people are using Windows. Yeah, Windows, Mac, and Linux, right? But you realize Windows and Mac, those are proprietary. They are owned by certain individuals. Linux is open. So you realize then there are people are building new application on them. Just as he said, Ubuntu, and there's a whole lot. Do you get it? So what it means that the documentation of Linux is open. Their GitHub is open. GitHub itself is an open project. So the GitHub is open and you can access and contribute. Right? Then we have Wikipedia here. We all use, who have used Mozilla? Firefox, right? So Firefox, that's a browser that we use. It's also open. What about MediaWiki? MediaWiki. MediaWiki, this one. It doesn't have. Okay, so MediaWiki is called, it's CRM. Just as you have WordPress. Using WordPress allows you to build sites, to build website on. MediaWiki also allows you to build websites on. But that you build collaborative websites on. So ICANN Wiki is built on MediaWiki. Wikipedia is built on MediaWiki. I don't know if you get it. You know, with me. Okay, so it's called Content Management Resource or something. CRM. Yeah. No, not called. This is content. Yeah, content management system. So content management systems, right? So just as WordPress, and there are a whole lot of them. It is either you want to build a website, you are building from scratch, or you use a content management system. So MediaWiki is a content management system. So sites like ICANN Wiki, who.com, how.com, and Wikipedia, all the Wikimedia projects are built on MediaWiki. What MediaWiki does is that it allows you to collaborate. So I can edit, when I edit now and publish, it is made live. You can also edit and publish, and it's made live at the same time. You know, you can't do that with your WordPress. If you put an article on WordPress, nobody can come and touch it. But on Wikipedia, you can edit someone's article. So it is built on MediaWiki. Then the last one we look at is Creative Commons. Creative Commons. So Creative Commons, I think when Doc made mention of the photos, I said it was licensing CC0. So Creative Commons is a licensing platform. You realize beneath it, I have a license there. There's some CC. Sometimes when you go online and you download stuff, you see CC. So CC means Creative Commons. It's a licensing. In IP, you call it copyleft. You know copyright? So this is copyleft. So copyright, copyright is automatic. I hope you know copyright is automatic. Yeah, you don't, as long as it's intellectual property, it is copyright. But with Creative Commons allows you to predetermine how you want people to use your resources. So I've taken a picture and I want people to use that picture. So Creative Commons allow me to determine how I want people to use those pictures. Do I need attribution? Can a person use it for commercial purpose? So it allows you to, and it is a whole course or like a program on its own. So we wouldn't be speaking. But what I'm having here is called CC by SA, which simply means you can use my slide. It's free. Use it. You can use it for whatever you want to use it for, but try to give me attributes, which is the by. So it is by, always give me attributes when you are using it. And the license that I'm having, maintain the same license. Don't go and change the license. So it is CC by me and keep the same attribution. Keep it the same like that. But what it means that you can remix it. You can change certain things. Maybe you can add more. I don't mind. But let people know I want my name to be on it or the organization to be on it. So you can always use it. Okay, so before we move on, if there's any question, Okay. So we are talking about open movement. We are talking about Wikipedia. We are talking Creative Commons. That we are here doing internet governance. And my big man said, an example of an open project is the internet. And yeah, the internet is there to prove to us that openness or the open movement is here to stay. And it is the way to go. But if we still have access to the internet, if the protocols of the internet are still intact, right, it shows us that true openness And going by the open way, we can do more. We see that knowledge wouldn't be stuck at one end. So we did the history of the internet as part of our course, right? I need one volunteer. Let's give us a brief history of the internet. Then we'll use it to explain the points here. A brief history of the internet. Okay.
All right. So my name is Malco, and we understand that the internet that we have today started as a research network, very small network, in the United States between some 4 universities. And after that, they have improved on it. More devices were connected, and what we see today as internet. Thank you.
Yeah, so it started from in the United States, right? But I heard there's Europe. They was already doing certain stuff in Europe, right? When you read the history of the internet, yeah, in Europe they were. Please, GHANASIG, more vim, more vim.
Let me add something
Yeah.
to what he said. I think after the World War, Russia was ahead of the game. So they went to space. And then United States wanted to be ahead of the curve. So they realized their communication systems, there was a single point of failure. And then they could be attacked anytime, which would break the chain of command. So there was an attempt to decentralize their communication systems and then chain them together so that they can communicate from multiple points. And then that communication system evolved into the ARPANET. And then from the ARPANET, there was an introduction of the TCP/IP, and then the World Wide Web. And then in the early 2000s, the internet became commercialized, where there were business transactions.
Yeah.
And then,
That's it. Thank you. So what I was looking forward to, I think he made mention of it. So you realize it started with the Russia. That's in the point. So you realize there was a time you need to add the www, the World Wide Web. There was a time that you need to build protocols, right? And when they were building it, they were building it on already existed. What it means is that those passwords were made open. They had knowledge about it. People did their research and they made them like, okay, we can collaborate. So from the word go, the internet as we see it now wasn't a one person being in one room doing something for it to be where it is now. But it involves people meeting. So first of all, we said the standard of the internet is open. The internet standard is open. So protocols like the TCP, IP, the HTTP, and DNS are defined by bodies like IETF. I hope you have heard of the IETF. Yeah, so with that, when they are coming out with protocols, there's something known as the RFC. RFC, who have heard of it? Request for comment, right? So those are ways that we can still, so day in, day out, I think they'll be having IETF 1, 2, 3 this month, and people will send in requests for comment, and they will be working on the protocol. So meaning it's still open. The standards are still open. We are still working on it. Then when you look at innovation on the internet, we are looking at the aspect of the reuse. Do you need permission to use the internet or work on the internet? So anybody can build a website. Facebook got up one day, he did something with his friends, and now he's using the internet. So you realize that the internet is there for us to use. We can build our website, any service, without going to apply to any central organization for you to get permission to use it. It is open, meaning you can always reuse it. They say that data they finish, but the internet they finish. Yeah, your data will finish, but the internet is always there. So we shouldn't. The data is data. Now it is data. The service is business. Do you get it? But when it comes to the internet, it is always there and it's available for you to access. Now, when you look at the transparency, there are technical discussions ongoing. There are technical discussions ongoing on the development, and it is open. When you join, most of you have joined the mailing list, right? I hope you join mailing list. Join plenty. Please, join the mailing list. You join the mailing list, you read some, you comment on some. Because sometimes they'll ask you, when you're applying for stuff, they'll ask you to prove your involvement or your engagement. And you don't need to be at a conference to be heard. The means of communication is the mailing list. And mailing list is open. So it means that whatever discussion is being done, it is open. Currently, ICANN will be, the new, is it what J? That's it. And they started discussion about 2-3 years ago on that, almost 4 years. And day in, day out, there are new rules to govern. It is open, and everyone can contribute. It is open for us to contribute. And so that talks about transparency. And when it comes to the governance of the internet, just as I said, the internet is not owned by anybody. The internet is not owned by anybody. Just that, please, who owns Linus? Who is the owner of Linus? So he owns it, right? It's a community. You contribute, you join, you contribute. In the same way, the internet is owned by the community. If you are interested, you join any of the groups. So we have the ICANN, we have IGF, then we have the regional internet registrars. They come up with governance and issues on how, but they don't just wake up. Even for Afrinic, the board, if the board is coming up with any resolution, they still allow the community to contribute to it. They still allow the community, and this ensures that there's control of the core internet resources. So what are some of the core internet resources that I think in your online training you went through? Some of the core internet resources. So some of the core, so when you look at the root server, right, and all those stuff, those are the main, an issue like DNS. This one of the serious internet resources. It's a core internet resource because without the DNS, the domain name system, the whole internet will be, because for you to have 24.50 points in your brain, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. So all these resources, when it comes to governance, it is open and everyone can partake in it. Now the question is, are you ready to partake in it? Are you ready to join? Are you ready? Are you really? But you have not joined any of the mailing list too. You have not joined any of the mailing list. Yesterday night, Afralo had a meeting. I didn't see many of you there. Oh, okay, you were. Okay, no, there was one in the evening. Okay, you join online. That's also so. Please, so those are the opportunities. Those are the ways for us to get involved. Hello, those are the ways for us to get involved because you can't spend like 2 weeks, 3 weeks online, 1 whole week here without getting involved. You need to get involved. So the question then arises: what's the essence of the open movement to you as a GHANASIG fellow? What are the benefits? What are the essence? Why should you embrace the open movement? Why should you join in the open movement? So why open movement matter to us as GHANASIG fellows? So first of all, it helps us in building local content and digital inclusion. Hello. We are talking about local content here. We are talking about local content. And then nobody owns the internet. So if you are coming involved, you come involved with your situation, your local, what is happening here. we need a Ghanaian voice. We need the African voice in the meeting, in the room. Because when assuming we have to sell how do you call it, domain names at a certain price, the question is how many of us can afford that? So you need to be there to let them know that when you come to Ghana, the data says you know fee buy. Did you get it? So we need to be there. So right, so when we embrace the open, then we know that we need to get involved with the open movement, which the internet is one, which internet governance is one, and we have to contribute. Do you get it? And one thing about open movement is we promote reuse. So when you come, you not come alone. So you apply. Next year, you also encourage like 10, 20 people to also apply. You spread a message. I'm here training. Next time, I also see you doing the same training. Yeah, that's it. So we need to give back. Because as I had the opportunity to be at where you are, someone also came to talk about these things. They also give us certain knowledge. Today, I'm here also sharing it. So we need to, when we talk about digital inclusion, it's not necessarily the gadgets and stuff, but taking people along, making people aware that this is there. Because there are opportunities, some people will sit and they will just sit like that. But when this is open, when you share with others, I think on Monday, Madam made mention of when the GHANASIG opportunity came in, how he received it, and I was very touched. We should be ambassadors. I heard this year we had over 400 people applying. Let's say we're doing like 1,000 people applying. You think if we move that number to any corporate entity that we need sponsorship and they should fly people from all over and give them, won't we get it? Yeah, we will. It is a normal game because if the number is more, they're like, people, it is prestige and people want to be part of it, right? So the first point is it will help us to build local content. Also, it's encourage multi-stakeholder collaboration. From the onset, we've realized that everything here is about collaborating. No one can do it alone. So we then reduce costs through reuse and remix. You don't have to start afresh. Things are there. Then it will help us to strengthen capacity and to influence global internet governance. So we will just take a short exercise. Then we move on to the Wikipedia proper. So they say, in your own words, tell us what the open movement is. MC, in your own words. No, I'm not asking them. I'm telling them to come along with the mic. Okay, bro, he wants to speak, so allow him. Yeah, the one, yeah.
Me? The open movement. So the open movement is more about free accessibility, collaboration, contribution amongst everyone. Something that is not owned by one person or a particular group of people. Anybody can access, anybody can improve it. And it's mainly about improving and collaborating on knowledge and technology.
Okay. So reuse is also very important. Reuse. Because if you come up with any solution and that solution can't be used, what's the essence of it? It's limited. Okay. So the next question. So what are the categories of open projects that exist? We made mention of the categories. Yeah, madam. The open categories.
Open data. We have open data. Is it everything?
No, the categories. So we stated some categories. You said
open data.
Open data, okay.
Open governance. Open science. The open source.
Open source. Okay, so we have open data, open science. So what are some of the impacts the open movement have made on the world today? Impact. Okay, so I think our time, then we are going to mention any open project you are familiar with. Okay.
Thank you. To some extent, it has assist to, I lost my thought, to improve on resources we have. Taking Linux, for example, where Linux is today is not where it has always been, but because it's open source, so we have people coming, improving on it, community coming, different people from the community coming to improve on it, and that's what happens, that's one of the impacts. Another impact is availability of resources. I will use Linux, for instance. So it's not everybody that might be able to afford other operating systems, but because Linux is free, so easily people can still work using that.
Okay. Thank you. Then, so the last one, mention any open project you are familiar with. Any. The middle table. Yeah.
Wikipedia.
Okay, Wikipedia.
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, my question is, does open movement have any limitations? Though it's free, does it have any limitations? And if there are any limitations, what are those limitations?
Yeah, so I think we made mention of, even though it is free, you will need, example, the internet, data. You will still need the internet to access it. An example, Wikipedia is free, but if the person is not having internet to access Wikipedia, how is that person going to access Wikipedia? So we have infrastructure deficit to which infrastructure, if the person is not having the machine, the internet to access it, it becomes a problem. But what makes open movement a step, makes it good is the community always meets to solve those problems. So, for example, Wikipedia, if you don't have internet, you know you can still access Wikipedia through a project called what's the name? KWIS. So KWIS allow you to go to a place where you're having internet, download the whole Wikipedia, then you can put it on any server at a place where you are not having internet. We have internet in a box. So those are all projects by the open movement to also solve some of this limitation, right? So yeah, there are limitations in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of money, cost, all those are certain limitations that to promote and to grow the movement, we do face. But the community also meets and try to find solution around it. Yeah. So we'll move on to the project that he made mention of, Wikipedia. Please, who have used Wikipedia here before? Everyone have used Wikipedia. Please, who have already contributed to Wikipedia before? so okay. So we have Wikipedia and we have Wikimedia. Wikimedia and Wikipedia. So what is? Okay, so yeah. No, that is Media Wiki. Okay, so let's look at here. We have Wikimedia Foundation. So Wikimedia Foundation is a global movement whose mission is to bring free educational content to all. So it is an organization. The Wikimedia Foundation is an organization. And in that organization, the organization runs projects. It runs open projects. And it runs those projects through various projects through individuals and institutions. So they have institutions known as user groups that the organization uses. So in Ghana here, we have the Wikimedia Ghana user group. We have the Tagbani Wikimedia User Group up north. We have Open Foundation West Africa. I mean, Wiki Green Initiative is also an organization that is running projects through on behalf of Wikimedia. So we do organize the annual Wiki Green Conference. Annually, we do organize Wiki Green Conference where people of climate and environmental background comes together with tech and see how best we can use open solutions to solve the climate crisis. So these are some of the projects run by Wikimedia. So you realize that Wikipedia is one of the projects, but there's more of those projects. So we have Wikicode, Wikidictionary, Wikibooks, Wikisource, Wikinews, Wikiversity, Wikispecies. Then we have the Media Wiki, Wikidata, Wikimedia Commons. So Wikimedia Commons is just like the Unsplash, where you can go in for, how do you call it, audiovisuals. So if you need any picture, you can try Wikimedia Commons. We have Wikivoyage. If you are traveling, people write about their experience when they travel there. It's easy for you to access. Then we have the Wikimeta. We have Incubator, right? Then the foundation is there, and this is the publisher. That's where the tech guys, those who works on the system, the platform. So we are not going to waste much time since the time is far gone. We are going to look at Wikipedia, one of the projects. But since you know of these projects, depending on your interest, you can choose any of the projects to join. And when you want to join, it is just the name, then add .org. That's it. Just so if you want Wikinews, wikinews.org. Maybe so Wikisource, those who are into research. If you are into research, then you can use Wikisource. You want to learn, free university, everything. Wikiversity, you have faculty members coming in, they're putting everything that they teach in the school there for you to access for free. So you want to take any courses online, Wikiversity is there for you. So let's move on to Wikipedia. So the word Wikipedia, so it's a website based on it's a collaborative website with the aim of gathering all available human knowledge. So the main goal is to sum up all human knowledge. So what you know, what I know, what he knows, let's bring it together at one place for us to access. So you realize from the question I asked, we are consuming people's knowledge, but we are not adding up. But the work is to sum up all. You are part of the all, I'm part. Right? We are all part of the all. So you also have to contribute. And before we leave, at least we will know the basics on how to contribute on Wikipedia. So we have the founder. It was founded in 2021. It was coined from two words. So wiki and encyclopedia. So it is wiki and encyclopedia. And you all know encyclopedia. Encyclopedia is sometimes that big book for every year, 10 years, there's a new edition. But they realize so for 10 years, before they will publish a new encyclopedia, right? So what will happen if there was any issue within that 10 years that we need more information about? We need to wait. So that's the concept. That's where they built the concept of the Wikipedia, where the encyclopedia is live and can be edited. So I use the COVID issue. If we are waiting, we need to wait to maybe 2030 before the new encyclopedia edition will come out for us to read about COVID. Hey, COVID, oh. Look at COVID. We need to wait for 10 years before we can read about it. Yeah. Okay.
Despite the good works that, the good works that the open platforms are giving us, yes, we should be a bit cautious about some of the extremes. Yeah. When encyclopedias are published, it goes through editorial and all that. It takes time. When there is a new knowledge that the publishers wants to put up, when we're in the old system 20 years ago, there's what we call the addendums to encyclopedias, which are issued as and when there is a need. So we experienced 2020 with the new knowledge of COVID. that year an addendum would have been added to existing encyclopedias for that knowledge to be made available to the world. So it's not like within the 10 years till the whole edition is revised before they add new knowledge. Is that even today, if you want to publish a print book, it takes longer time than electronic. There are procedures that they follow. So those procedures were there, but every year, at least, every good encyclopedia, like the general encyclopedias like Britannica and all that, it's required for them to issue what we call addendums. Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, that's true. And you need to, it is a book that you need to get. So what they seek to do is they are making it available online. And Wikipedia, there's a perception. So that will be the next topic. What is the perception? When you hear Wikipedia, what comes in mind? Because there are instances that most universities or faculty sometimes even doesn't allow. Yeah. Do you get it? So when you go like, according to Wikipedia, they said then, yeah, so you know why, because Wikipedia is not a source. Wikipedia is just an aggregate. It brings the sources together. So when you get any facts on Wikipedia, there's a reference point that you can go and know the source. So if you want to quote the source, don't quote Wikipedia. So just as I said, it was coined from two words, wiki and encyclopedia. Exactly. So these are the 5 pillars of Wikipedia. First, it is an encyclopedia. It is an encyclopedia, which means it's not everything that can be in it. Stuff in it should be notable. There are certain criteria that any article in it or topic in it need to meet. Then it is written from a neutral point of view. And it's made that so that we can be able to check biases. People wouldn't use this for their own personal, just like going online and Google, like, yo, who is the greatest liar or something? But it's like, yo. You get it? Like, oh, that, like, so assuming you go to Wikipedia and research a thing, you get it? So it is written in a neutral point of view. It's written in a neutral point of view. Yeah. Then it is free content that anyone can use. Hello? I said everyone can use, edit, and distribute. So we realize we are now using it, but we are not editing and we are not distributing. So we have to treat each other with respect, and Wikipedia has no firm rules, but it is governed by policies, right? It's governed by policy. So when we said maybe you are writing an article on a professor, there are categories or notability criteria that a professor needs to meet. If you say you are writing about a footballer, who is a footballer? So there are certain policies that governs notability. So before we write any article, first we need to know that the article is notable. And your notability should be very verifiable. You should be able to verify the notability. You said you are a champion. What shows that you are a champion? So they should be sourced. And at least we are looking at 3 sources that are different from the subject matter. So if you are writing about me on Wikipedia and you start quoting me on my website, things I've written on my website or my LinkedIn page, you can't trust that. Because if I'm writing about myself, I'll write myself to look good, right? So then we look at what Wikipedia is not. What Wikipedia is not. So Wikipedia is not commercial. We don't sell. It is free. We know Wikipedia is free. Yeah, there was a time, what this sir called their Wikipedia account. He said a guy who worked on a Wikipedia account, every month takes him money. So sir called, you've taken your award, bring money, let me go and update it. I need to go and buy something. Then. Yeah, it is free. You cannot edit. As long as you have a Wikipedia account, you can go in there and edit. It is also not a pre-out tool. It's not a pre-out tool. So you'll be here and people will call you, oh, Steven, I know you can do Wikipedia. There's this, can you create a Wikipedia article as part of the person's PR strategy? Wikipedia is not a pre-out tool. We are having such issue with King Promise. King Promise is not having a Wikipedia account because when he started, somebody created it. And by then, he was not notable. and it got deleted, and they blocked the name. So we are still fighting. Now that he is able to win the Ghana Music Award, we are hoping he gets to we are hoping he gets to BET, and they will see it there, and they will, if not, so it's not a pre-out tool. You don't require any special access. You just need to create. You can even edit Wikipedia without signing up. But it is good you create an account, you sign up, and you edit with it. It is not proprietary tool. Nobody owns it. Yeah. So these are the steps. I think what we did. So we are with our PC. Let's do it. Let's go through it. We all created our account, right? So can we log into the account? So when you log into your account, Wikipedia has what is known as the sandbox. The sandbox is used for practice. You can't create an account today and go and create a Wikipedia article and expect that the article will be published. No. They don't. So those are some of the checks. Those are some of the checks. If you create a new account, you need to practice for some time in the sandbox. It's like you're a kid and you just want to. So you need to practice in the sandbox. But it allows you to edit, to contribute to an existing article, which is different from creating a new article. So there's an existing article. You have new knowledge about it with reference. You can log in and contribute or edit it as a newbie, but you can't start a new article. All new articles are started in the sandbox. And it's a control so that somebody will not just create an account, just put something there, then delete it and move on. And then we have editors, so you can choose the visual editor and the wiki test. We will see that shortly. Then you can make small and source edits. As a newbie, when you start small edits. You look at small edits, then write a clear edit summary. When you are done editing, you'll be asked, what did you do? You write a clear edit summary. Then you publish. If you're interested about the subject, you can look at the watch list, or what is known as the talk page of the article. Every article has a talk page. Each article has a talk page. So this is an example of an article. Please, who know this wonderful woman here? Yeah. So when it comes to tech and IG space, internet governance, the open space is one of the people who are pushing. Yeah, so this is a typical Wikipedia interface, right? So what you see here, this is the title of the article. So this is the article, and this is talk. You see there's talk here. So the talk page of an article is where discussions are. We have discussions. So maybe the person wrote something about this, the article, wrote something in the article that you don't accept or you believe it is false. You go to the talk page to challenge it. You can go to the talk page to challenge it. You delete. Anytime you create an article, they'll delete it. So you go to the talk page. So that's where discussions on the articles are made. Is the person notable? Yes, it's notable. It's not notable. Why is it notable? I can't remember. I created the Alphabet article, and like throughout the evening, I worked on an article. In the morning, I want to use the washroom. I came back and it had been tagged for deletion. The person said, "Who is Akrobeto? He's not known." I said, Akrobeto International man. So what do I have to do? I have to go online, show him videos, give him references of Akrobeto, his notability here in Ghana when it comes to the entertainment space. So after the discussion, he let go and he left the article stay. If not, the article will be deleted. You said they said the sum of all knowledge, right? But you realize that it is not a directory where every individual has to be on it. So that's where there's a certain notability criteria the person needs to meet. It's not like the yellow, you know, the yellow page or yellow book where you have your telephone number, so everybody will be on it. If not, no, that's not what Wikipedia is. So if I edit on Wikipedia, I'm not on Wikipedia. It should be something that educational, because it's for education. So how many people are going to use it? By in your research, maybe you may look at some Ghanaian comedian and people in entertainment.
So in your case, the one that maybe challenge that is the person a Ghanaian?
He's not a Ghanaian.
So the notability, does he have to be okay? So in this case, how would he know about Acrobat, and how we the Ghanaians will know him? And he doesn't know him. Why was it that he was challenging what you wrote about him?
Yeah, so you have the notability criteria. First of all, you need to make sure that the person meets the criteria. And I said the person needs to be notable and have verifiable reference. Do you get it? So there was reference that I gave the bar. He was kind of doubting those references. So you need to add more. Do you get it? And most articles we have something known as stab. So stab is just a short article. So you tag it as stab, meaning other people will come and work on it. Did you get it? Because if there's a video of him on YouTube, you can't come and put that video there. But in discussion, I can give him those. Recently, that KD, when he passed and we created the article, there was so many issues that he's not known. So we have to bring references. Odomeni, that song is, so we have to show him that this is song. Look at his streams and all those things. So yeah.
So do we need to prove to Wiki, or you have to prove to those individuals? Because if there are a lot of individuals doubting these informations, do you need to prove to them one by one, or you have to prove to the platform?
So it is a community.
Yeah.
So we have editors. So we have I'm an editor. We have administrators. So people look at it and go like, no, this person doesn't meet. The person he's not working for the foundation. He's a community member. So then he opens a talk page. So I also speak to it. Then other community members will look at it and also support me or support that person. So consensus is built around it. So if I had more Ghanaians joining, saying that, no, this person is notable, and these are the links that shows, or the person looking at it like, oh, okay, the person is notable, you are good to go. So it seems, hello, the time is almost up. We have our next, the time is almost up. So what we'll do is, the time is almost up. So please, I'll still be around, but the page that we created, our username, when you log in, it's showing red. Your name, the username up there is red. Kindly click on it and create what is known as your user page. So click on it and write something about yourself there. It is known as the user page, and let's publish it. Wikipedia. Your username should be red. Your color have changed. It's now black. Okay. Okay, no problem. So I'll still be around. We'll see how best we can make some edits. And ICANN Wiki is just like Wikipedia, but ICANN Wiki is used mainly for Wikipedia, ICANN and DNS and internet governance issues. Yeah, so I think. So you can pick an article, add 2 references to the article. This was the practical session that we had wanted to do. Then you post the link. And so that's it. Thank you. I think I have some people who I have some staffs here. So you know those who answer the question. You can.
Charlie, so then this one's I can this one.
I'm the one in charge. Yes. Okay. So
it's done. So thank you.
Okay. Stephen, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and for sharing that insight with us. Okay, so let me just share the gifts quickly before we go for lunch.